It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Tony, then Jenna. Go ahead.
Yes, Jim Pelly with the Kansas City Star. Kevin, the 07 got a victory here last year, and it seemed to give him quite a push through the rest of the chase. Did you notice what it did for that team, and how big of a bump can a victory here give you?
Well, anytime you win, it gives you a good boost. We had a lot of momentum in 06 coming from Richmond, winning that race, winning this race, and then that carried us for a few weeks, and we stumbled a little bit and got it back at the end of the year. But it's all about 10 weeks. But obviously winning the first race can definitely give you some momentum, and they showed that last year.
Go Tony, Jenna, then Ben. Go ahead.
Tony Fabrizio, Tampa Tribune. Kevin, you get the sense that people who watch, follow, promote the sport are really dying for there to be some real bite in the rivalry between Busch and Edwards. And is it possible in today's corporate environment for there even to be a bad guy anymore in the sport, the way you have to promote these $20 million sponsors? We
have a bad guy, that's for sure. I don't know that it's necessarily been earned the way that you'd want to earn it, but it's. I think there can definitely be rivalries. I think with all the media and things that you have around, you obviously have to take care of your sponsors and do the things that you need to do there. But I've told Richard, I've told our sponsors from the beginning, you're not going to change who I am. If you don't like who I am, go sponsor somebody else. Go have somebody else drive your car, because I'm not smart enough to remember how I'm supposed to act. I just go out and be who I am, and I think a lot more people feel comfortable with that than they did 2 or 3 years ago.
Let's go Jenna, Ben, and then Lee.
Kevin, Tony Stewart said it while we were in New York about Dale Jr. He said he's a lot more confident this year, and I asked him to follow up. I said, on track or off? He said, well, he's always been confident off track, but this year he's much more confident on track. Do you see that as well, and what does that necessarily even mean?
I think it means he bought some new sweaters this week. You asked for that, Jenna. You stirred it all up, and now you asked for it. But yeah, I mean, he's he seems a lot more relaxed than what he used to be. Obviously, just there's probably a lot of pressure with just the family business, and having to answer to his dad's name. I can kind of relate to that. So it's getting into a situation where he feels like he's wanted and feels like he's in control of his own career has got to be more comfortable and more rewarding than the situation that he was in before.
Let's go Ben and Lee.
Kevin, can you talk about your success at Texas Motor Speedway as far as nationwide? You seem to do really well in that division there. Can you talk about that?
We've been fortunate to run really well there and win several races, and it's just one of those racetracks that fits what we do with the cars and fits the driving style and things to go along with it. So it's just one of those racetracks where everything clicks, and we've been fortunate to be in a lot of good situations to capitalize on some situations to get some wins.
Let's go Lee, then Al.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. First of all, how blown out is this Ron Hornaday story? I mean, how blown out of proportion is it? As well as Ron, the type of guy he is, he'd never do anything like this. And secondly, are you going to have to win races? You're one of 5 guys without wins coming into the chase. Are you going to have to win races to win the championship?
Well, I think on the Hornaday front, with this group of media, it's very easy to understand, how it was gone about to get the procedures that he had. Obviously, would it need to be done different today than it was then? Probably. But knowing where Ron was with his health and the things that he was trying to accomplish with everything, it's very easy to explain to this room, the circumstances and conditions. So unfortunately, you have somebody from the outside who just looks at a list from a place that has some history and it makes a good headline. So as far as the top 5, to finish in the top 5, I think you're going to have to win a race or two to make the championship happen. I think you can be consistent and finish in the top 5, but I think to be on top, you're gonna have to win a race or two to be the champion.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, Kevin, Al Pierce from Auto Week, sort of that same line. In the past, though, champions could have a god-awful finish and maybe a couple of mediocre finishes and still win this thing. Is it now so difficult that you can't afford even one or two bad finishes now?
You know, the ironic part to me is if you go back and you look at the last few weeks and you look at the top 12 finishing order, it's almost represented by almost all the top 12 guys that are in the chase. And when you start going back and looking at that, you've got to run in the top 5 to be able to win this championship. And if you have a bad week, most likely somebody else is not going to have a bad week. And so we've seen in the past where, you know, Tony's won it without winning a race. Some of the guys have, obviously Jimmy's gone on a tear, had a couple bad weeks, and then gone on a tear and finished in the top 3. I don't know how many weeks in a row he finished in the top 3 the year he won, one of the years he won. But so it all depends on what kind of chase it is. But most likely, if you have something go wrong, somebody else probably isn't.
Let's go Vega, and then I think Dustin had a question.
Kevin, just wanted to get your reaction to the tests that were done nationwide at Richmond. I mean, what are the reports that you've gotten back on that, and do you think that, you know, development of that car is going to help maybe bring some data that will help maybe sort out, you know, things on the Cup side?
Yeah, I don't know that, you know, with the rules being different and everything, I don't know that the data is going to bring much back for the Cup side. Everything I've heard about the car has been positive, and you know, I think it drove well, and I think, you know, NASCAR's done a good job of getting everybody pretty close in that box of a good place to start. So I think it's a good place to start, and we'll see how it goes at Charlotte.
Take final question for Dustin. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kevin, a couple of years ago when you won the 14 races, how important was it to at least gotten the nationwide championship out of it? I know it would have liked to have the Cup, but would it have been a little bit more of a hollow feeling to still have had those wins without a championship to have gone with that type of season?
Yeah, you know, I think we won 9 races in the nationwide that season and 5 in Cup. If we'd have lost that nationwide championship, it would have been a hollow feeling. You know, you win that many races in a year and don't win a championship, it just doesn't seem complete. So that would have been a bad deal.
Okay, we appreciate Kevin coming in and spending time with us on both fronts. And good luck in the chase, Kevin.